Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Derp Hooves. And today we are in the Cessna 414. See? And it's really loud on the outside. So let's get back in the cockpit. A little quieter in here. This is a payware aircraft. And again, just, I always like to inform you guys that I'm not being endorsed by anyone to do a review on this plane. Actually, I had seen some other reviews on it recently, and I just kind of said, oh, another twin-engine Cessna, and it got some great reviews, and I said, so let's pick it up. I'm looking for something a little different compared to the typical twins that come with the simulator. Guess I've been kind of on a plane buying spree lately, but it's always great to get a bunch of different planes, especially when they have stuff that you like. So this is a really nice Cessna. They did a really good job on the 414. I've had some people say it's steady level, and I can kind of believe it. Pretty much everything works in the cockpit. And, I suppose you could use it in, easy mode. You can always set the sim to easy mode. But, it's a little more advanced. But, not to be intimidated if any of you out there just like to, load up the sim and start it and fly. That's pretty much what I did today. Been flying this again for a while with some other planes, and I just made a flight plan, in the flight plan menu, whatever it's called, in the map or whatever, when you pick where you're going to take off and land. And I chose Fukushima in Japan, and then we're landing in Sendai. It's a real short flight, about 25 minutes, I think, 20 minutes, just so I can kind of show you how this plane flies. So, out of, the Cessnas that you get in the sim, it starts you off with a 152 and a 172. I think they're default in the sim when you buy the standard package. I don't really remember at this point. But I know you get them, and then that's pretty much it. Asobo gives you that, and with the CRJ and the Longitude, and I think those are the 4 Cessna aircraft that come from Asobo. And the 172 is nice, and the 152 and the 152 Aerobat are nice, and everyone, I've heard good things about the CRJ, just not, I haven't gotten around to flying it right now. The Longitude, I really liked it, but I guess it's really not a steady level plane. That doesn't really matter to me, but it just had some issues. Some of the updates. It was one of my favorites, and now it's kind of, I still like to fly it now and then. Anyhow, so about the Cessnas. So there's actually, those 4 Cessnas, or 5 if you count the 152 Aerobat. And then there's some freeware Cessnas you can get on flightsim.to. They also have one now that you can buy in the catalog, right? You can buy the Skymaster from Coronado. You can also buy a 182, the Cessna 182, from them as well, in the marketplace. I don't know when or if Coronado will ever make those available outside of the marketplace. But however, this here, I forgot where I got it. I'll put it in the description. I just won't say it, right now. But it was a payware aircraft. It was, I think, about $40, roughly $40 US, for this 414. Obviously, it's none of the ones I was talking about. But I am a fan of the Skymaster. And, it's just nice to have another twin-engine Cessna in the sim. something's a little faster, a little more power, holds a little more. You know, I mean, they have not the Baron. The Baron's not a twin engine. They have that one Beechcraft. I think it's the Banana. No, yeah, it is the Baron. The Baron's the twin engine. So they have the Baron in the sim, and you know, I mean, I've messed around with that in the beginning, and it was nice for a twin, but you know, there was no Cessnas. They had the Beechcraft King Air, which is hit or miss. People like it and don't like it. I like it, but again, I would say it's not a study level aircraft. But this here, so this Cessna 414 is actually, it's really high quality. I mean, the textures itself, as you can see in the cockpit, they're really high quality. The exterior is really high quality, even outside my livery. The liveries that it comes with, I forget how many it comes with. It's just, they did an outstanding job on this plane. The way it flies, the way it looks, you know, everything about it, I mean, it's worth every penny that you would spend to be able to add this to your collection of planes to the hangar, especially if you're a GA kind of person. You know, I am, you know, like I said, I kind of like the fighters, the smaller jets, the GA stuff. Not really a big fan of the airliners, but you know, I fly them every now and then. So this is just it's a joy to fly. So again, here we are. We're, you know, flying over Japan, and I'm using live weather and live traffic, and that's why I'm flying over Japan, because I want to do a daytime VFR flight. I mean, yeah, and I've got some saved, you know, camera features here. I'm just showing you. I saved some out the window so you can see inside the passenger cabin and look out the windows. And I really, you know, on this flight, I'm not showing you. There's the GTN 750, which there's 3 models of this. There's like the GTN 750X or XI. GTN 750, and I think there's like a 350, and they're all, you know, it's just based on the avionics. They've all been fun to fly. I'm using the 750, and I'm not really seeing too much frame skipping, a little bit, but not that much. I've heard that's a complaint actually with the 750 setup. I think the freeware is a little skippy, but the payware is not, from what I'm hearing. Anyways, so you know, I like it. It's a great little, you know, navigation aid, autopilot, you know, addition to any aircraft. See, there we go. I'm zooming in again just to see where I'm at. You know, once I figured out how to use it, you know, it's great. I prefer it over whatever the standard autopilot, you know, the 350, 530, whatever, the Garmin something. You know, there's that one version that doesn't have it, and if you guys prefer that, you prefer that. That's cool. You know, I like all the traditional gauges on the instrument panel. Forgive me if I call it a dashboard. It is what it is. But you know, the addition of the GTN 750 makes it just nice to navigate and use as an autopilot. I've flown the other version, the whatever.
Sendai Tower Derp Pony Plane Delta Romeo Papa minus Yankee is 20 miles southwest 7,400.
We'll let this roll through first. So we're like pretty much almost at our destination. I mean, this is a quick little, you know, twin engine prop. I think it's modeled after the turbo, one of the turbo models. I don't know. So, you know, I'm just saying this thing's a joy to fly. I know there's all kinds of, you know, if you guys are PC users, there's all kinds of third-party liveries. It's gonna get loud. It's gonna messing around with it for a while now. I actually kind of like it better than the Skymaster that Carenado put out. I mean, they're totally different planes. But, this could actually be one of my new favorites. So, like I said, it's a joy to fly. It's not that hard to figure out. It is, quite steady level. I've already messed it up twice. Just, kind of treating it rough and not realizing, that, you can't just nail the throttle. There's some planes in the sim you can do that, where you can just full throttle everything and you won't mess up the engines. It's not like, my previous with the Goose where I just cooked them, but, I noticed that, when I had the manifold pressure too high, I think it reacted with that. And it also, recently, in a flight I did after this, I had an issue with it was very realistic where the gears deployed, but they didn't show on the dash, so it was almost like having, a sensor failure. And I figured that out, but that was kind of cool. So, I mean, again, all in all, this is, fun little plane to fly. Really, I don't think that you can go wrong. It is a Cessna. I don't know if any of you guys are, like, brand loyal. I don't know, Cessna's, what is it, one of the top aircraft manufacturers in the United States or in the world? Anyhow, so, I mean, just really enjoying this flight here. Nice VFR. And at night, I mean, I've flown it at night. It has all the working lights on the gauges. The glare shield works. It has floodlights. I mean, it's got everything you need to fly either night or day. And I think you can even do like an IFR on it. I'm not sure. Haven't really tried that. Not a big IFR fan. I kind of like the VFR stuff. But it flies great. And pretty much in this whole flight, I'm hand flying it. But like I said, the autopilot works. Works beautifully. I mean, beautifully. Just there have been no. I don't mean to, say nightmares, but there are some glitches with some of the other aircraft, and I haven't encountered it with this. I mean, this has been flawless. And when you purchase it too, it says that this is a developmental model and it's developer version or whatever or something like that, and it's a work in progress. But way to go for a work in progress. I gotta say that much. I haven't seen this kind of quality in too many of the aircraft that are out there. For Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020.
Cleared to land runway 9er Derp Pony plane Delta Echo Romeo Papa minus Yankee.
And I'm not running any kind of like performance add-ons or enhancements. I mean, just the custom livery, that's it. My Derp Your Hopes livery. That's the only mod that I've added to this aircraft. And that doesn't affect the way it flies. It just affects the way it looks outside. So, I mean, really, this has been a joy to fly. I will say, and I'm just not gonna, name names and make anyone feel like I'm picking on them, especially if they're a developer watching some of my videos, but there have been some planes, and I bought some planes recently. I mean, no one has, funded me to, or endorsed me to, demo their products online. And I have to say, some of them are just stinkers. glitch city. But not this one. So here we go. We're just going to kind of land and just going to take it nice and slow. And I've actually got to learn how to deal with some of the yaw effect that I've noticed. It almost acts like it's a crosswind, and it's more than just this aircraft. It's almost all of the propellers. I think they made the flight model a little more realistic. I don't know if anyone else has had that issue because my pedals are calibrated with a deadband too, so you know it's not my pedals, it's not my settings, it's not my machine. But here we go. I mean, I'm just gonna gently land this, and you know, do my best. Probably gonna have to correct if I remember as I get on the ground. Just tag the end of the runway. Coming in slow. Try not to stall it. Try not to bounce. Oh, there's the little stall warning. At least we're low enough where it won't bounce. And just touchdown. Actually, a pretty good landing for me too. I mean, pretty straight. We can just put this thing over in the GA parking, get it off the runway. So, I mean, that was, what, all of like 25 minutes? You try that in the 172, it's going to take you maybe an extra 15 minutes. Maybe a little longer, depending. The 172, sorry. Skymaster would make it about the same time as this. But I mean, again, this is just, you know, talking about this plane, it's just been a joy to fly it. And just problem-free. Now, exactly what you should be getting when you purchase software. Now, little to zero problems. And it just makes flying this sim so much more enjoyable. So if you guys are interested, I'd definitely say pick it up. I recommend it. You know, it was worth the 40 bucks. 40, 45, whatever. You know. And I'm sure they'll keep it up to date. And I mean, I'll show you some of the features here too when I get to the GA parking. You know, I'll give you some external stuff here. On the, it's got a little tablet that, you know, I hid on the left, just because I don't like it in my face on the flight. I kind of like being able to see out the whole windshield, windscreen, windows. You know, and I also set the custom view on the dash back so I can see the entire, the instrument panel. Cars have dashboards, planes have instrument panels, whatever. Gauges. They all have gauges. We all still call them gauges, right? No matter whether it's a car or a plane. Anyhow, so I mean, this is just the stock cockpit. I didn't mess with any of the internals. You know, the cockpit livery, which I do sometimes. Didn't even put my logo up on the instrument panel yet for my YouTube channel. It's coming when I get more time. Now, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, just... And when I was doing the livery on this, when I was, you know, making the skin and painting it, and I mean, just the detail that was already there was amazing. I mean, the amount of detail that they put into all the extra stuff, you know, like underneath the flaps, in the wheel wells. And I'll show you some of it too. Again, once I just want to park in GA, you know, And then, I'll open up I'll open up the engine covers, cowling and covers. In a car, it's called a hood, because it's a hood where the engine's underneath the hood. So the engine compartment, whatever you want to call it on a plane, where it keeps the Porsche Boxster 6 in each, wing engine. Speaking of which, did you know that? I mean, I don't know how much you guys are into, aviation and other stuff with internal combustion engines. But did you know that, that like Volkswagen and Porsche, if you've ever seen a Volkswagen Bug, the Bugs and the original Porsches, they're all air-cooled engines. They're all horizontally opposed engines, like the Subaru Boxer engine. But they're all cooled. Like, they're all aircraft-like engines. The original Porsche 911, the 911s in the 60s and 70s had the horizontally opposed air-cooled 6. They didn't have liquid cooling like they did later. And it's the same kind of principle on some of these aircraft where there's, they're air-cooled. Anyhow, just one of my little tangents about planes and cars and stuff. The naming convention and making sure we're using the right vocabulary seems to be important. When describing things to people. How dare I call something a dashboard when it's an instrument panel. But, so there we go. I just kind of gave it an all-white livery, which took me a while to do. I'm not going to show you all the features. I'm just going to show you kind of the engines. And, it's got luggage compartments that open in the front. I mean, it's really cool. Like I said, the amount of detail they put into this. So I'm just going to go ahead. And that was the tablet, of course. I'm just going to... For whatever reason, flaps. That's why. Yeah, I'm bad with reminding to retract my flaps after I land. Gotta do that before you turn the power off. So let's look for the magic button. There it is. Like when Harry Potter gets on the train. It's the same thing. The magic tablet appears when you take your little magical computer hand there. There we go. And you run along the pillar and it lets you find the tablet. So, here we are. We're just going to kind of do a walk around the outside. And, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Look at that detail. I mean... And I was noticing that when I was doing the livery. That there's just so much extra. I mean, literally, nothing was spared when they developed this aircraft. So, again, Cessna 414. I'll put it in the description where you can pick it up. And I'm not being endorsed by anybody to do this. I just, really fallen in love with this sim. And I think I've totally fallen in love with this aircraft. It's just a beauty. So many ways. So, thank you guys for, watching Derp Your Hooves. And I look forward to seeing you in the sky. So I just wanted to say, thanks for watching Derp Your Hooves. And if you guys haven't done so already, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. Always happy to have you guys on board as subscribers. And if you do subscribe too, you can always click that bell in the upper right-hand corner, of my main page, and you'll be informed whenever I release a new video. Alright guys, thanks a lot, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the skies.